Cool. So, part 2. The fall. It was definitely inevitable. I had always seen it coming because I've been running for so long that I could see the fate happening. So I've been running away from my emotions. When I was younger, I had justification to hide, to run, to tell myself never to feel again, because feeling hurt. It was mostly because of my nana. Well, it wasn't because of her. It was because when my nana passed away, I didn't take her death away. If you know me growing up or even in recent years, you've most likely heard this story. But yeah, it was just, I needed to be seen and no one saw it. But I don't blame them. It happened because I was left to my own mind. And that's just how it is. I've been aware of it for years. It's just the cognitive dissonance that I've been experiencing, because I can see it, I can think it, I know it's happening, but I just never did anything to change it. I just stayed in my distractions because that's what I told myself was safe. Now, the fall that I'm particularly talking about was encountering someone who broke me out of that. I met someone after she, in a sense, she rocked my world. So she made me open my eyes unintentionally. Because the more I started hanging out with her, the more I realized that I was enjoying her company, her existence, and that I was catching feelings. And it's come to find out, I'm not really good at handling that at all. I can laugh about it now, but it's hard to tell in here. But if I turn on the air conditioner, it's going to be the same repeat of the first video, so we just got to thug it out. She rocked my world. I've had plenty of loving women who've come into my life, but it was something about this particular one that clicked for me. Can't really choose what the heart wants at that point. And to skip over a bunch of plot, the main conclusion was I had to go. Because the more I started knowing, accepting that I was feeling this type of way for her, the more I sabotaged, unintentionally. From telling her, from reminding her about how we're just friends with benefits on her birthday, to just letting my lust take over and it's like I tried to make sex be the sole purpose of our relationship when it wasn't. And that's just how it is. I gotta live with that. The bridge was burnt, pretty much. I saw the signs. I needed to go. I needed to leave. I needed to separate so she could get over it, hopefully. So one last hurt, and hopefully she finds what she's looking for. Now, the fall of that was noticing, it was both falling for someone, but also noticing that I was actually avoiding much, much more than I thought I was. I thought it was just a simple act of, I'm just going to keep distracting myself and dabbling in my talents here and there, but then never being too consistent And that was okay. That was the comfort zone that I made. And if anyone came into it, I let them know every time, this is what it is. I'm not ready for a relationship. It's just friends with benefits. And I stick to that code 9 times out of 10. Except for this one. So, yeah. I am actually very, very against myself. Like with the birthday thing, it was like when my feelings, when my heart noticed it, my brain just like snapped. And I just did things that just weren't becoming of me. And it revealed who I really was. It took me a couple months after to recognize it completely. Like I saw after like 2 or 3 months of the storm, the pain, I recognized it. But it didn't make me act necessarily. I had a bunch of stuff going on, trying to get out of survival mode into living life genuinely. It took a lot to get where I am now. But there was a bunch of problems that I noticed. One, I was using friends with benefits as a veil for my problems. Lust has been a problem of mine for a long time. Porn, or was it corn that we say? It's been a heavy deterrent in my life. It helped me numb. I was always running from the potential of love, and I just stuck with lust. So when it mixed, my body instinctively chose lust. Another thing, I'm more insensitive than I give. I didn't notice a lot of things, and it wasn't until I read this book. I can't remember it for the life of me. Okay, The Way of a Superior Man. That was the book. The Way of the Superior Man. And in that book, I learned, like, one of the things that I keep thinking of all the time is when she was angry at me, she was always say, I'm mad that you're so calm. I'm mad that you're so calm, while she was furious about something. And even though sometimes I felt like it was irrelevant, I thought that being nonchalant or like not expressing feelings, especially anger, when someone else is expressing anger, I felt like that clash wasn't necessary, so I didn't do it on purpose. But it turns out, from reading that book, there was a part of it where it's like, if a woman isn't feeling like she's getting the emotions from you, she'll start expressing hers in like a violent way or whatever the way she does, in hopes that you do it too. Because if you get more emotional, she can see the real you. She can have that connection. If she doesn't have that sense of connection, she'll try to peg at you to get your emotions to show. And that was very interesting. That was very enlightening. Another thing, I was tiptoeing around love, and the more I was bashful about it, the more I tried to deny it, the stronger the sabotaging was. And we weren't in a relationship, but it felt like I was doing stuff to break the relationship. In conclusion, I'm pretty fucked up. So that was the fall. But it didn't really click to get me to change and to change the plan and to get where I am right now with this recording. Until one day when I saw, or at least I think I saw, I feel like there was a day where I was walking out of work, and I feel like I saw her in the parking lot. I didn't believe it. I was walking, and I saw the car. Then I saw her, a woman that seemed like her. And my heart dropped. Another one of my problems that I realized, when my feelings express themselves, I'm so naive to the feeling that I don't know how to handle them. So when my heart dropped and I felt like she was there, I just instinctively bolted to my car, got in, and just drove off. Because I didn't even try to confirm if it was her. I stared at her for about 5 seconds. And once my heart once it dropped and clutched, I just averted my eyes and I ran. Because there's a big part of me that doesn't feel confident in approaching her or being in front of her. And it's something I'm still working through. But after that was about 2 weeks ago. After that, it just everything that I've learned throughout the years clicked. I did so much micro learning, but I never actually acted. It just clicked for me. So, do I regret everything that I did? Yeah. Do I wish I could make up for it? Of course. But did that solidify the effort that I'm actually taking in my healing and my mental and physical, emotional cleanse, and in my attempts to be a better person and reconnect with my inner child? It did. So the fall was worth it. I definitely wasn't going to change anytime soon if it wasn't for that. So shout out to her, and I hope everything's good with her. But I want to start the second episode, the second video, starting from here on out. I wanted to start out with the reason why I changed. And I'm starting to try to show myself, which is one of my triggers of fear and my complications with validation, is because I fell. After all of those times falling and getting back up, this one actually hurt. I felt the pavement crush my teeth, metaphorically. And I just wasn't the same after that. It took me so long. I haven't shed a tear since my Nana's passing. Once other time, due to some family drama, but it's really hard for me to cry. I cried a good amount because of this recent occurrence. So if that doesn't speak emotional healing, I don't know what does. But yeah, that's pretty much just a summary for that. Catch you on the next one.